Good evening, guys. This is Rick Shaw here. It's the 3rd of December, 2021. And my little beautiful baby Dolly and I, we're taking care of the dollies tonight. And can you tell us your dollies' names?
This is Penelope and this is Sweetie Pie.
Oh, and she's got some beautiful dollies. And when I got home tonight, I had to give him a big hug and kiss before I gave her a hug and kiss. And then we had a big gang squeeze, so it was kind of fun. But just want to let you guys, this video is going to be kind of a warning to let you know what happened. I took my friend Wes up to his hotel in Manila, and we were coming down this road, and there was a Y up ahead, and there was like 2 left lanes and 2 right lanes, and we were kind of in the left lane, and we took the left. That was the way the Waze was telling us to go. So we're heading that way, and there was nobody in front of us, but we saw a car parked facing our way that way, so we took it. Well, there was one of the Filipinos call them crocodiles. There was 3 of them standing on the left of us. One of them ran over, blocked our car, and stopped us, and he's going to give us a ticket because we're going the wrong way. It's what he told us. We're going the wrong way. So I pulled over, and he wants my license, so I give him my license. I'm like, wait, no. What did I do wrong? And this time I wasn't going to pay him. No, I'm not going to pay you guys. This is bullshit. You stinking crocodiles, LTO guys, I'm getting sick of you people. So this time I'm arguing with the guy, and we're seeing cars going that way, and his 2 buddies weren't stopping anyone else. So what happened was it was a skin tax, because Wes was sitting in the front, I'm sitting in the front. We have no tint. There's no tint on my windows. So they saw a white guy, and they're just going to hold you. He kept trying to hold me there for like the longest time until I offer him money. And that's what they all do, guys. I'm telling you, this is what these pricks do. So this time, no, I'm not paying this time. Every time I go to Manila, you got these crocodiles that jump out of the river and grab you, and they extort money from you, and I'm just tired of it. So this time I wasn't paying. No. I just refused. So I wound up getting my license. I kept asking what I do wrong. What did I do wrong? He had no answer for me of what I'd done wrong. And then when he gave me my license back, he was like, "Don't do that again." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not letting him go. Wait, you come back here. What did I do wrong? You tell me what I did wrong." And the whole time I was telling him, keep filming this guy. We got the cell phones out and was filming this prick. And when he seen the cell phones, that's when he backed off. Wouldn't give me his name. Hey, what's your name? What's your name? What's your number? Where are you out? He wouldn't tell me nothing. You know what he was? He was trying to extort us. It was just such a pain in the ass. And then Wes, we took him up to the testing site, and they gave him a hard time in there, trying to sell him a more expensive test than the one he did online. Guys, this is when you head towards Manila, it's nothing but money. I hate to go there. I think out of all the places I've been in the world, one of the rottenest cities you could ever land in is Manila. It's just a stinking rotten city. So then after he goes to his hotel, we got his sweetheart Amy, excuse me, and we're heading back home, and they got the new roads and the new highways, and these guys who build these highways, what the heck are they building? It's like stop and go. It was stop and go for so long, and then when you do finally get through the Skyway and you get on these toll roads, you're moving along, and they got you got to stop to pay another toll. They don't make it. One thing they don't do is like when I would travel across the country and on a toll road, you pay when you get on, you pay when you get off. But here they got stops all along the way. And then what happened was we got up to one where we stopped for, my goodness, it was like 25 minutes of us not moving because the thing wasn't working. We got stuck in that lane. It wasn't working. And people were afraid to go until they gave their stuff. Well, when I got up to it, it says no entry. Screw you. If your shit ain't working, that's not my problem. I took off. I boogied. But these guys who are building this road here and trying to alleviate traffic, they're making it worse. It's just too stupid. So that's where we ran into today. So, but we finally got home late, and Wes gave me a whole bunch of clothes. One of my new shirts, wearing it's pretty cool, and I got some ivermectin and some hydrochloroquine that he gave me, so in case if something happens. Mama's staying here with us for a while, so that's kind of cool. Glad she's here. We got to get out and do some shopping tomorrow and a bunch of stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you this. My little beautiful dolly made me something good to eat with her little nice set of food stuff. But another thing that happened too, that was first time it ever happened to me. We were over at Wes's place, and he had a horn, and I didn't look at the amperage on it. He said it wouldn't work on his bike, and it's like a Pia horn, and I didn't look that it was a 40 amp horn, and I put it on my bike, and went to hit the button, and went, yeah, it wouldn't work, and then all of a sudden my bike wouldn't work. So Wes has a really good tool set, so we had to take it apart, and I'm looking for a fuse box. I'm thinking, damn, I burnt the fuse. So I'm looking for a fuse box. We can't find one. We took the tank away. We took the seat off, the side covers. We took all the stuff off. Couldn't find a fuse box. So then Wes went online and found a thing, and he said the starter relay. Well, this bike is the first bike I ever had that didn't have a fuse box. Every single thing on this bike works off of one 10 amp fuse in the starter relay. There's no other fuses, and Wes had a fuse there, and we went ahead. I had everything off of this bike. I mean, I had the side covers off, the tank. I'm looking for a fuse box, and then inside of the relay, we pulled it off. We saw a 10 amp fuse, and it was cooked. So Wes had fuses there, so I put a new one in, and we were putting it back in. We found a spare fuse that Yamaha put on there, but it was very weird that the Yamaha YTX, I've never seen a bike without a fuse box before, and just something you need to know. But also on the sides of the Yamaha, most of them have the little pecker that pokes through the hole, and then you got there's a lock on the one side. But particularly on this Yamaha bike, the other side, it's a slide in, and if you try to pull it straight out, you're going to break this tab. I think it's made to break, so that you have to go buy another one, because once you break it, the dang thing's screwed. So I was, I'm glad I really looked in it before I pulled everything off. I had done it before, so I knew about it. But very strange. And there's on the Yamaha bikes too that really sucks is there's so many bolts, and then when they do the bolts through these little tabs, instead of making the bolt this long, They make the damn thing this long. A lot of the bolts on the bike that puts things together, I'm going to wind up cutting them shorter. I'm going to screw a nut on them and put them shorter. And also, I'm going to go down. Wes showed me there's a really good bolt place right by his house. I'm going to go ahead down there and I'm going to replace a lot of the bolts on this bike with stainless and of the proper length, because I mean, why would you have something that only needs a half inch or a 3/4 inch bolt, and then you put a 1 inch, 1.5 inch bolt in something? It's stupid. It's extra weight. It's just stupid. But that's what they're building us. But Wes had the same bike as mine before he got his CF Moto, and his had a tachometer. His had all kinds of stuff. So the later models don't have all that. And I'm looking at, when I take it apart and look at it, it's definitely a budget bike, that's for sure. But it's what I got. I'm still looking. I really like the CRF 300L Honda, but I wish they would make a CRF 400L Honda so I can get it on the stupid highways here. But we made her back tonight, and I was trying on some of the clothes. Wes gave me a bunch of clothes. Now all this stuff's got tags on it. He never wore them, and everything he gave me fit really good. I got some really nice pants here, and high quality stuff. I got some really nice Ben Hogan golf shirts. The problem I'm having here is I have to replace the shafts on my irons, and here in the Philippines it's like the most ridiculous price. I can't find iron shafts. When I was in the States, I could run over to Golf Works or to a Golfsmith store, and I can go into a bin and find iron shafts for $2. And I'm not one of these guys who believes that you got to have all this fancy schmancy crap, this latest. That's all bull crap. You know, when I get my iron shafts, just get the Dyna True Temper shafts, spine them, get your bearings and spine the dang things. Glue them in, you're done. You don't need to buy all these this fancy stuff. None of that crap works, guys. If it worked, you would buy the stuff and your handicap would go down by 10 immediately, but none of that crap works, so don't buy it. But hopefully I can get some stuff. He's going to send me back some not saddle soap, but a snow seal on the when he gets where he's going. Billy Beinbach's, and I hopefully Faye and Ami they'll be getting together. I think Faye's going to go over there. Hopefully Ami will come over here and visit Sweetheart. We were over by Tim's. We had the big fan. He's moving to Palawan, and we had the big fan. And I said, "Oh, we'll grab it and throw it in there just in case." And when we got over there, they weren't home. We actually drove by there. I didn't want to leave it with a neighbor because I've done stuff like that before, and then you never see it again. You know, we didn't get it, blah blah blah. So we weren't able to bring that to them. But well, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see them again. They're kind of busy right now. I think they're getting ready to get a vehicle and stuff like that. So maybe down the road. We have that really big fan that we had at the other house. We're not going to use it here. Here in this area, it's actually been pretty cold here for the last week, and like Kenneth was saying on the comments, yeah, you know, you've been here a long time when 80 degrees is cold, or 75. But yeah, it's chilly here. One thing I noticed when we left here, it was very windy, and when we headed up north, when we got up towards Manila and we were out of the car walking around, we stopped and got stuff to eat, and it was there was no wind. And I thought, okay, the hurricane's done. We got back here, it's windy, guys. It's windy again. But it's the way it goes. One of the other things I wanted to tell you guys about is when you get to this country, I actually watched a video from one of the vloggers, Filipino girl here, about the crab mentality. And when you're driving, it's crab mentality. They don't want you to get ahead. You know, a lot of the driving here, they just cut you off. When we're driving, I was coming up on the bike. I had my sweetie on the bike, and there's a left lane, and there's like a small lane, and the bikes can shoot through there. But you'll see a lot of these tricycles, instead of staying in their lane, they'll like scoot over into that little side lane where the bikes can go, just to block you. You know, they don't want you to get ahead. And something I think about this country, this should be like what they call the Tiger of the Orient. They should really be booming. The labor's cheap. You got really good workers. But I'm thinking it may never be because of this thing called crab mentality. They don't want somebody else to get ahead. And I've seen it in the call center when I was working at the call center for 6 years. Okay? They don't take the best person and promote them. They take their buddy. And then what does their buddy do? They stifle everyone else. This is the way it goes. You can see it in the driving, the way they drive here. You get somebody who has a BMW. I see people, if I'm meeting them and I see they have a BMW, guess what? They're usually a real jerk. You know, it just seems like everybody who drives a BMW, they think they're better than you, and you're just worthless. And I've seen this here. I've been here. It's going to be 10 years coming up. Well, it was 10 years. It was 10 years already. And the biggest people that are holding this country back are the people who live here. This has been my experience since I've been here in the Philippines. The Filipinos are holding themselves back. And that's a shame. Now, when I go out here and look at these guys who are working, we had a really horrible windstorm here. It was the worst windstorm I've been in, and there was no tornado. It was just super windy. I actually went out for a walk at like 1:30 in the morning. I came back in pretty quick because I was afraid debris was going to hit me. They had a stack of steel studs, galvanized studs instead of 2x4s that they use for the roof. Those were blown out all over the road. I mean, they were throwing them in the air. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to walk out here. But in the morning, when all the guys that live here and guys that were coming in long before they were on the clock, they just, while they were walking in with their satchels and their hats on the tricycles, and guys that were just waking up, they started cleaning all that stuff up. They weren't getting paid for it. They just started cleaning it all up, getting it off the road, putting it back where it was supposed to go, and all this stuff. And they still had an hour before they had to go to work. And you got to sit back and look at the Filipino worker. They're very diligent. To me, it's a wonderful thing to see. It's just the higher ups, it seems as people move up in this country, for some reason they get shitty. I remember at the call center, there'd be this beautiful young girl. She's just a sweetheart, just the nicest person you ever met. And then they say, okay, we're going to make her team leader. And it was like instant asshole. She started treating people like dirt. And I'm like, honey, why are you doing this? Back up, come on. Would you want to be treated like that? It didn't matter. They just kept on this, and that's what their bosses seem to want. If somebody wasn't a real prick to the other people, their bosses put them back down. They lowered them back down, and they moved up somebody who could be a prick. And I just sit back and I'm like, oh, why did, you know? And then I watched a video about that crab mentality, and this girl she had a long video. It was about 30 minutes talking about crab mentality and saying, oh, we're Filipinos, we all have it. You know, she's going on about this. I wish I could find it. I would put it in the link. I'm going to keep looking for it, and if I do find it, even if it's a week or two from now, I'm going to put it in the link. Because I sat back and just, wow, this chick is like so correct on what she's saying. And like I say, the Philippines should be, with the workforce they have, it should really be something. But I don't recommend, as the workforce builds, getting a Filipino to run it, because as Filipinos move up, they get shittier and shittier to their people. They get this mentality of, I'm better than you, and it's you know, and just look at how a lot of the government stuff works here. It's to me, it's amazing how they said, okay, we're going to back off on all this stuff, but then these little LGUs, local government units, started doing this little miniature Hitler stuff. You know, guys, I've been living this, and now I'm thinking all this lockdown stuff's going to happen, and I got a funny feeling. Wes got his ticket last week. That was canceled. Then he worked on his phone. He worked his magic. He got another one, and he's not gone yet. So is it going to get canceled again? Maybe. I might be running out to Manila again. Battery fried. But we finished out a pretty good day. Grandma was here. Grandma is definitely anti-Jabba the Hutt. She's watched friends that she's known for, 50 years suddenly pass away. They were in good health. Grandma is in great shape. She's 65, but I'll tell you what, she's in really good shape. She moves really well. She's very flexible. She's in great shape. A lot of her friends, none of the ones when I was over visiting over by her are like, old and feeble. They were all very flexible and able to move around freely. And now a bunch of them are gone. You guys got to sit back and say, something's going on here. I mean, this is absolutely terrible. Doctors are coming out all over the world, but they're not letting their information out. They're stifling all these people. They don't want this information getting out. It is a takeover of the world, guys. So you need to really, you need to wake up and look at this stuff. I mean, this is too freaky. I mean, I'm sitting back here. I'm 60, and I'm sitting back thinking, gosh, what? This is 80 years ago all over again, times 10, guys. You got to really wake up and look at this stuff. I mean, that's how bad it's getting. And I'm fully convinced this place is going to be locked down so tight as a drum, because these people that are running the show, they're in the bag. They are in the bag with all this. I can't see it any other way. They're not looking at any information. I mean, holy cow, this new dang thing that came out, supposedly from Africa, even the people who say, oh, we have identified this and it's very mild and everything, and they're just going to shut everything down. And then when I was in Manila, I couldn't believe all the signs that say, oh, the only thing that's going to save us is the Jabba the Hutt. Big billboards of this crap all over the place. They're not advertising, for Dolce & Gabbana or buy this. They're not advertising for any of that stuff. All the advertisements I was seeing was for this thing they want to nail you with. They want to poke in you. And to me, it's like a rape. They just want to rape you. And I'm getting to the point where I think they don't just want to rape you. They want to end you. So, guys, you got to just sort of, be a little bit diligent. Look at this stuff. Start looking at all the stuff that's going on. I got so many people I know that are switching their thoughts on this thing, but there's a boatload who aren't. So, gosh, you got to really take a close look at what's going on. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. This is Rick Shaw.